Demeo has quite a few achievements. Okay, not Team Fortress 2 achievements level, but quite a bit. Some are pretty normal, like beat this campaign or that campaign, but then you have some real fun ones, like Ensemble. You can only earn this if you play and beat a campaign, any campaign in the Demeo repertoire with all Bard heroes. Immediately reading this, I know that I've been tasked by the higher-ups with doing something only less than 0.5% of Demeo players have been able to pull off thus far. Having received my otherworldly commands, I went in search of the best backstabbing, loot-playing Desperados virtual reality has to offer. The Saloons of Discord eventually led me to hiring on 3 knock tryhards in Reckless Reload, Towley, and I'm Gluten Free. Armed with little but courage and our loots, we decided to face off against the Elven Queen herself. And I already know what you're thinking. The Black Sarcophagus campaign is the easiest campaign in the game. Well, you can just shush it and let us rock out. If you don't already know, the Bard is a support character, and most notably has a replenishing card called Courage Shanty. This stacks the Courage attribute on allies, with Tier 1 reducing all damage taken by 1 point, Tier 2 adding an increase to all damage given by 1 point, and Tier 3 being especially juicy by causing enemies to go into panic when you attack and move in front of them. We always made sure to keep our courage tiers up, especially focusing on that between bigger mob battles and near the beginning of levels. An important thing to note is that if your courage says it disappears in one move, then once you get the option to use your cards, your courage will disappear. So everyone in the team needs to make sure to refresh Courage Shanty at appropriate times. It's okay to lose it here or there, we certainly did, but we were making sure to always stock back up when one disappeared. This is absolutely cracked for a support character where you have other heroes in the mix, but is absolutely necessary when most of the hits and damage given are going to be done from close range shivs. The Bard also has their character specific cards, with Hurricane Anthem, Song of Recovery, and Song of Resilience being the strongest, to me at least. Every now and then we'd pop a door open and a monster rager is happening behind, and despite them forgetting to invite us, they did attack in droves, which is quite rude, let's be honest. But this is a perfect time to get our FOMO revenge and toss a Hurricane Anthem right in the middle of them. This took out all the fodder of rats and spiders, allowing us to bring down those 6 and 12 HP monsters to reasonable levels. Recovery is obvious as an overall healer, but Song of Resilience is putting on armor before the bandage is even given. This gives everybody in range +5 armor with a max of +10 armor for each player. When we had it, we buffed up immediately and kept buffing as we got more of those cards. 20 HP is so hard for enemies to make a solid dent into. Honestly, I always sold Hymn of Obstruction, with Piercing Voice and Shattering Voice being used occasionally, but were worth getting rid of if new cards were available to be had. The one thing we always used immediately was potions, with Strength Potions popping up the most. With Tier 3 Courage and Strength Potions, we were all pretty much hitting 4, with one of us hitting for 6 with regular physical attacks. One of the big saves for us was the Adamant Potion, which is something any character can get, so we were lucky to come upon it at least a couple of times. It makes a character invulnerable for 3 turns, allowing us to get some serious damage on big characters like the Silent Sentinel without any concern. By the time we got to the Queen, our armor, courage tiers, and camaraderie, along with our loot playing, was too good for her anti-fun policies, and we were able to wipe her and her minions out in quick form. If I learned anything, it's that 4 locker room teammates can do some serious damage with the right synergy. Really, this was quite fun, and I'll definitely be going for other character-specific achievements in the future. Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate your time and viewership. If you would like to join the community, I host monthly VR tournaments and community nights in my Discord. I would love for you to stop by, say hi, and get involved. On top of that, we are always talking about new news and events in social and casual sport VR. I look forward to seeing you around.